Welcome to the very first Joy from the Lift Chair. Today, I want to talk about something that's been on my mind for a very long time, and I think a lot of you will be able to relate. We've all heard the term quiet quitting, and I'm pretty sure most of us, if not all of us, have lived a version of it. We've been hearing about quiet quitting like it's a new rebellion. But back in the 90s, baby, I wish quiet quitting had existed. Back then, they didn't call it boundaries. They called it not being a team player. They called it not committed. What they really meant was, give us your whole self and don't ask for more than a paycheck back. It was the continuation of the Lord and the serf. The only difference was, we could quit, but Lord have mercy, they sure made you feel like you couldn't. I was in New York City before, during, and after 9/11. And let me tell you, after 9/11, the hustle was different. Companies offered temp jobs with big promises. Prove yourself for 90 days. Oh, no PTO, no benefits, but show us loyalty and we'll hire you. We'll even raise your salary. I watched good people work 16-hour days, weekends, evenings, lunch breaks, working like their lives depended on it. Real stories of disposability. And do you know what happened? They'd get fired on day 80, day 88, day 89. One woman I knew made it to day 91. She showed up expecting her onboarding meeting and found herself locked out of the network. She had her final project saved on a USB. She told them, "You don't get it unless we talk." And they said, "Keep it. We'll just start over." 2 years of watching friends cry on my floor, whiskey bottle in hand, because they gave everything for nothing. And by everything, I mean their very life, their peace of mind, their rest. Death on the clock. Let me make it even more real. One man died at his desk on a Friday. A guard found him 10 that night. Another woman died in her car in the office parking lot. The car still running. They didn't find her until Saturday morning. And another came home late Friday night after another corporate 12-hour shift, walked in the door, and dropped dead. No one knew until Monday. Burned out on fear. It wasn't just burnout. It was fear fatigue. Fear of being replaced. Fear of getting sick. Fear of being seen as lazy. Fear of never making it to that mythical permanent job. Quiet quitting? We weren't quitting. We were barely surviving, quietly. There was no work-life balance back then. And here's what I want to say today from this chair to your ears. Don't give your soul to a place that will send flowers to your funeral and post your position the very same day. I'm not saying don't care. I'm saying don't bleed for a machine that doesn't even know your blood type. a joy moment. So let's pause. Let's take a joy moment. This is something you can do right now or when you have a second later on. Please get somewhere safe and quiet so you can do this little meditation. I know there are times your body and your mind and your soul feels tired, restless, or maybe you're in pain or full of fear and sadness. But let's take this moment to ground and connect with our breath. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and breathe in. Let it out slowly. Take another deep breath in for 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and hold it for 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and let it out slowly for 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Keep your eyes closed and check in with your body. Feel your feet on the ground. Listen to the world around you. What do you hear? Lay your hand over your heart and touch where you are. Take another deep breath and let it out slowly. Good. Now open your eyes. This was just a little joy moment to check in with yourself, regardless of all that's going on in your life. Next time on Joy from the Lift Chair, we're going to talk about the work-life balance lie, how balance became a buzzword, and why it never really meant rest. It was just another way to get us to work harder for less. Quiet quitting isn't just theory, it's lived experience. And I've got a story about a friend who taught me how to survive it with grace and joy. That one's coming up next. Thank you for joining me for this very first episode of Joy from the Lift Chair. If this spoke to you, I'd really appreciate it if you'd like this video or share it with someone who needs to hear it. And if you want to keep pulling up your chair with me, please subscribe. There's a lot more coming, and I'd love for you to be here for it. Until next time, find your joy where you can and hold on to it like your life depends on it. Because sometimes it does.